I'm here with Dallas Hall. First off, I would just like to take the chance to thank Mr. Hall for coming out here and giving us some of his time. I really would like to pick his brain, and I appreciate you coming out here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, let's get started. Mr. Hall, you previously attended Perquimans County High School, which is my current high school, and you recently transferred to Northeastern High School. Obviously, whenever someone changes schools, there is a lot of changes, including social, mental, and logistical changes. Please tell me a little bit about that decision process, as well as the transition process, and how in hindsight you feel about making this transition. Was this something that had been planned or thought about before?
Well, it's always been in my mind a little just because of my friend group over there, and I've always been affiliated with a few sports teams in Elizabeth City. And just knowing a lot of people over there. My dad went to that high school. I wouldn't say it was always been on my mind, but it's always been around just as an option. And some of the changes, I mean, it's like just starting all over. It's a whole new school, a whole new system, new teachers, new students. I didn't know many people over there. That's just, you had to start over with all your friend group. I mean, sports really makes it easier because it's a lot easier to make friends when you're involved with sports, of course. But in hindsight, it is a little different, and I think I got through it pretty well.
You don't regret it at all?
No, I don't regret anything. However, I do miss the people here.
You miss the people?
I miss the students and teachers at Perquimans.
The family atmosphere, I understand.
Yes.
I understand. Which is kind of rolls right into my next question. Shortly after you transferred schools, you transferred in the middle of your junior year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after you transferred, in the spring, you came back for an athletic banquet, where you earned honors of Male Athlete of the Year. Congratulations, by the way. That's a big award. And upon receiving this award, I noticed, because I was there and I witnessed it, that a lot of people booed you. That's gotta suck, man. How did that make you feel? Did you expect that?
I know some people weren't the happiest about the situation, which I have no problem with. I can understand why they may feel that way, which is okay with me. I just kind of try to ignore it, look at it in my eyes as playful, not think much of it, just leave it at that. I mean, it was an award I'd always wanted, and I was happy I got it, and that's really all that mattered at that point.
Indeed, that is a great honor. Being from a small area, which I'm also from, we both know that things can get around fast and news travels quickly. And sometimes athletes are put on a little bit more of a pedestal and they're analyzed and scrutinized more closely. What has it been like for you to sort of go from a hero to a villain in this area? Many actors have made strong careers from playing strictly villain roles, and many athletes have flourished playing the love-to-be-hated role. Do you embrace this type of role and scrutiny? And is there someone that does this in sports today, or a movie actor that you look up to as a role model and uses inspiration to, use that kind of stuff for motivation?
Oh, well, yeah, I'd say there's definitely someone I look up to. We're not in the exact same situation, but he definitely flourishes off the hate, and that's Grayson Allen, my favorite college basketball player. And I look at him as a role model just because of the way he really can take all the hate that he's given and really come up from it and flourish in the game of basketball. And I do like that about him. As of me, I do receive a lot more support than people may think from my friends and Perquimans. I'm still friends with all of them. They come to my games. I'll go to theirs. Others, maybe not, but I just play for me. Really, I don't play for anybody hating me. But if I did, I think I'd play the same or even better. So yeah, that's how I've embraced it. It's just, I look at the good part of it. All my friends I do still have, and support that I get from them.
I understand. It's a great outlook on that. The main reason you wanted to transfer to Northeastern was sports, particularly football, but you play basketball as well. Upon your arrival in Northeastern, you have managed to win the starting quarterback position, and you have led the Eagles to a 7-0 record so far, and they are ranked number 4 in the state in the 2A classification. You have also found personal success in addition to team success, totaling for 1,700 yards and accounting for roughly 21 touchdowns by yourself. How have you managed to find personal success as well as team success throughout this process in a completely new, unfamiliar environment?
Well, it just took a lot of hard work, a lot of mental strength. That's a big thing we preach over there. Mental toughness. You got to go through a lot to get a lot, and that's what we do every week. And the team, they really have your back, just like every team should, and they'll push you and they'll make you able to put up numbers like that, and they really have your back while doing that. But that's just good teammates, how it should be, and I thank them for that, and I give them the credit for that.
Did it take you a while to feel comfortable, like in this new setting? Like what was your mindset before you actually found success?
Well, you always have to seek everything out and get used to your new surroundings, and I just kept a curious mindset of getting used to everything and trying to find out as much as I can and learn as much as I can, and that's really how I've gotten comfortable with everything. Just I had to learn everything first and then stick to a system, and you'll get comfortable after a while.
Lastly, obviously this entire process has been about adversity and adapting to new changes. You mentioned earlier that you moved homes as well as having to deal with making new friends and all that kind of stuff, finding time for your old friends and whatnot. Managing all these changes can be stressful and even make others not willing to take the risks you do. A lot of people are afraid of the negative consequences. What advice would you give to someone who is not just transferring schools or a situation like that, but just trying to make a decision in general to improve themselves in any facet of life, any way to better themselves, but know that it could open them up to scrutiny? What would you tell them?
I definitely tell them always put you first, because in the end, that's the only person that will always have you is yourself, and yourself matters more than anyone else in the world, and you have to do what will better yourself all the time. Everything you do, you have to think first, am I getting better by this, or am I getting put in a better position to strive by this? And I tell them the mindset they need to have is, well, first they need to be friendly, but also have a little bit of an attitude to know what they have to do. I tell them learn as much as they can, pay attention to all the little things, and lastly, just never stop working. Laziness is a bad key to anything. Just always work and do whatever you do, and do it at your best and 100%.
Definitely. Work ethic can make amazing things happen. Well, I think that's all I have for you today, Mr. Hall. I want to thank you for coming out here. And
Thank you.
It's a great interview. Thank you.